Welcome to tonight's journey of discovery into the deep. We will explore the miracles of marine life together. The deep ocean holds countless biological mysteries waiting for you. You can relax your mind and listen closely. Our expedition covers 100 fascinating scientific facts. Tonight we focus on the first 10 discoveries. Let the quiet rhythm of facts guide your rest. Each organism offers a lesson in evolutionary survival. You will learn about creatures living under extreme pressure. We will examine specific measurements and historical research dates. Your breathing can slow down as you absorb information. The nighttime hours are perfect for quiet contemplation. These marine habitats remain mostly undisturbed by human activity. Researchers use advanced submersibles to gather this valuable data. Our understanding of biology expands with every new expedition. Allow your thoughts to drift toward the ocean floor. The scientific data will provide a calming mental focus. We will begin our factual exploration right now. Every detail offers a glimpse into nature's resilience. You are safe and comfortable in your resting place. Fact number 1 concerns the giant squid's massive eyes. The giant squid possesses the largest eyes on Earth. These visual organs measure 27 centimeters across. This diameter equals the size of a standard dinner plate. Scientists formally described this elusive species in 1857. The massive lenses absorb maximum light in dim environments. A large pupil detects the faint bioluminescence of prey. These eyes also spot the glowing outlines of predators. Sperm whales frequently hunt giant squids at great depths. Researchers studied intact eyes from washed-up specimens. They determined the focal length is roughly 10 centimeters. This specific measurement allows for excellent motion detection. Such visual acuity is crucial for survival below. Marine biologists continue to study their complex optic nerves. The giant squid relies entirely on this visual advantage. This adaptation perfectly suits the pelagic ocean zones. Fact number 2 reveals the Greenland shark's incredible lifespan. These slow-moving predators inhabit the freezing Arctic waters. A landmark study in 2016 analyzed their ages. Scientists used radiocarbon dating on the shark's eye lenses. They discovered these animals can live up to 512 years. This lifespan makes them the longest living vertebrates known. Their metabolic rate operates at an incredibly slow pace. The frigid water temperatures drastically reduce their energy expenditure. Female Greenland sharks reach sexual maturity at 150 years. Researchers measured specimens exceeding 5 meters in total length. The eye lens nucleus contains proteins formed before birth. These ancient proteins provide an accurate historical timeline. Some living sharks were born before the 17th century. Their tissues contain high levels of toxic chemical compounds. These compounds prevent their cells from freezing in polar waters. This extreme longevity challenges our understanding of biological aging. Fact number 3 explains the unusual reproduction of anglerfish. Deep-sea anglerfish exhibit extreme sexual dimorphism in size. The females measure up to 60 centimeters in length. The males are tiny and rarely exceed 3 centimeters. Scientists first documented this biological phenomenon in 1922. A male anglerfish must find a female to survive. He bites into her skin and releases an enzyme. This specific enzyme dissolves the tissues of both fish. Their blood vessels eventually fuse into one shared system. The male loses his eyes and internal digestive organs. He becomes a permanent parasitic appendage on the female. She provides all necessary nutrients through her bloodstream. He provides genetic material for future reproductive cycles. A single female can carry up to 6 males simultaneously. Tissue fusion without immune rejection fascinates modern medical researchers. This adaptation ensures successful mating in vast empty habitats. The male becomes a simple reproductive organ over time. Fact number 4 explores the phenomenon of deep-sea gigantism. Many invertebrate species grow much larger than shallow relatives. The giant isopod is a perfect example of this rule. These crustaceans can reach 50 centimeters in total length. French zoologist Alphonse Milne-Edwards described them in 1879. Cold temperatures significantly delay their sexual maturity process. This delay allows for a longer period of cellular growth. Increased dissolved oxygen at depth also supports larger body masses. Giant isopods possess highly efficient and complex respiratory systems. Their large size helps them survive long periods of starvation. They can endure up to 5 years without consuming food. Researchers recorded this fasting ability in captive laboratory specimens. Their slow metabolism conserves energy between rare scavenging meals. Larger bodies also provide better thermal regulation in frigid waters. Gigantism represents a highly successful evolutionary strategy for invertebrates. Deep-sea conditions create entirely different rules for physical growth. Fact number 5 details the widespread use of bioluminescence. Nearly 90% of deep-sea animals produce their own light. This chemical reaction occurs within specialized organs called photophores. A molecule named luciferin reacts with oxygen to emit photons. The enzyme luciferase acts as a catalyst for this reaction. Major oceanic expeditions in 2017 quantified this prevalence. Most biological light in the ocean appears blue or green. These specific wavelengths travel furthest through the dense water column. Animals use this light for camouflage against the surface glare. This technique is scientifically known as counter-illumination strategy. Other species use light flashes to startle approaching predators. Some predators use glowing lures to attract unsuspecting prey. Certain shrimp expel luminous clouds to escape from danger. The light generation process is nearly 100% efficient. Almost no energy is wasted as unnecessary thermal heat. Engineers study this efficiency for modern optical technology applications. Fact number 6 introduces the bone-eating Ozdax worms. Scientists discovered these organisms in Monterey Bay in 2002. They were found feeding on a decaying gray whale carcass. These worms live at depths of nearly 3,000 meters. They completely lack a mouth and a functional stomach. Instead, they rely on symbiotic bacteria living in their roots. These roots penetrate the dense calcium matrix of whale bones. The bacteria secrete acids to dissolve the hard skeletal structures. They extract trapped lipids and proteins from the bone marrow. The bacteria then convert these nutrients into food for the worm. Only the female worms excavate the bones and grow large. The microscopic males live entirely inside the female's body tube. One female can host over 100 microscopic male partners. This rapid reproduction ensures their survival between rare whale falls. They play a crucial role in oceanic nutrient recycling processes. Their existence proves that every organic resource is utilized. Fact number 7 focuses on the remarkable Mariana snailfish. This species holds the record for the deepest living fish. Researchers filmed them at 8,178 meters. This observation occurred during a 2014 expedition. The hydrostatic pressure there exceeds 800 times surface levels. Most fish cannot survive because pressure crushes their cellular proteins. The Mariana snailfish possesses a high concentration of trimethylamine oxide. This stabilizing chemical prevents their internal proteins from folding incorrectly. They lack scales and possess highly flexible cartilaginous skeletons. This physical flexibility prevents structural damage from extreme compression. Their bodies are slightly translucent and pale pink in color. They feed heavily on small crustaceans found in the trench. CT scans reveal they often consume whole amphipods daily. Scientists believe 8,200 meters is the biological limit. Beyond this depth, fish cells simply cannot maintain osmotic balance. The snailfish represents the absolute extreme of vertebrate adaptation. Fact number 8 involves the discovery of the Yeti crab. Marine biologists found this unique crustacean in 2005. The discovery took place near Easter Island at hydrothermal vents. They live at a depth of 2,200 meters. The crab measures roughly 15 centimeters in total body length. Its most striking feature is its densely hairy white claws. These specialized bristles are technically known as setae structures. The crab uses these bristles to cultivate filamentous chemosynthetic bacteria. It waves its arms in the nutrient-rich vent fluids. This continuous movement fertilizes the growing bacterial colonies efficiently. The crab then uses special mouth appendages to harvest the bacteria. This farming behavior provides a reliable and constant food source. They live in tightly packed groups near the warm water vents. Population densities can reach 600 individuals per square meter. They must stay near the warmth to avoid freezing temperatures. Fact number 9 examines the mysterious vampire squid ecosystem. German marine biologist Carl Chun first described them in 1903. They inhabit the oxygen minimum zone of the global ocean. This zone sits between 600 and 900 meters down. Oxygen saturation here falls below 3% of normal levels. The vampire squid has extremely efficient hemocyanin in its blood. This copper-based protein binds oxygen better than hemoglobin does. Despite its terrifying name, this animal is a gentle scavenger. It does not hunt live prey or drink any blood. Instead, it consumes falling organic detritus known as marine snow. The squid extends 2 long sticky filaments to catch this debris. These feeding filaments can stretch up to 8 times its body length. It coats the collected particles in mucus before swallowing them. When threatened, it turns its webbed arms completely inside out. This defensive posture exposes harmless fleshy spines to deter predators. Fact number 10 highlights the exceptionally rare Dumbo octopus. This cephalopod is the deepest living octopus species currently known. A submersible photographed one at 6,957 meters. This observation occurred in the Java Trench in 2020. They navigate using 2 large fins resembling elephant ears. Fact number 11 reveals the immortal jellyfish aging process. Scientists currently call this specific species Turritopsis dawni. It transforms back into a juvenile polyp state. This occurs when the creature faces physical stress. The biological mechanism is officially called cellular transdifferentiation. Adult cells alter their internal genetic program entirely. They become completely new types of functional cells. Researchers first discovered this unique ability in 1988. The species was originally identified in 1883. A mature specimen measures only 4.5 millimeters. The transparent bell shape contains 90 individual tentacles. These tiny creatures drift through global ocean currents. They theoretically bypass natural biological death almost completely. Predation and disease remain their only real threats. Laboratory specimens have repeated this cycle dozens of times. Scientists recently sequenced its entire cellular genome structure. They identified active genes related to DNA repair. The overall genetic mutation rate remains surprisingly low. This stability protects their cellular integrity over time. This remarkable ability offers clues for human medical advancements. Fact number 12 describes the giant squid visual system. Each massive eye measures 27 centimeters across. This equals the size of a standard dinner plate. The massive pupils absorb minimal light in the abyss. Scientists classify this elusive species as Architeuthis ducks. These creatures grow up to 13 meters long. Their bodies contain high concentrations of ammonium chloride. This chemical solution provides natural buoyancy in the water. It prevents the heavy animal from sinking downward. Researchers first filmed a live specimen in 2006. A Japanese team captured the footage at 900 meters. The squid uses two long feeding tentacles to hunt. Hundreds of sharp suction cups line these appendages. Large sperm whales are their primary natural predators. Battles between these giants leave deep circular scars. Biologists study these scars on whale skin today. The squid beak can crush thick bone easily. Their complex nervous system features extremely thick axons. These neural fibers transmit signals at incredible speeds. Their massive eyes help them detect bioluminescent predators approaching. Fact number 13 explores the unique vampire squid biology. The vampire squid does not consume any blood. Its official scientific name is actually Vampiroteuthis infernalis. This translates to the vampire squid from hell. A German marine biologist discovered it in 1903. This creature thrives in the oxygen minimum zone. It lives between 600 and 900 meters deep. Local oxygen saturation here drops below 3%. The squid survives using a highly efficient respiratory system. Its blood contains a special protein called hemocyanin. This copper-based molecule binds oxygen extremely well. The animal feeds entirely on falling marine snow. It extends two sticky filaments to catch detritus. These filaments can reach 8 times its body length. The squid lacks an ink sac for defense. It instead ejects a cloud of bioluminescent mucus. This glowing fluid completely blinds potential predators temporarily. The creature then swims away into the shadows. Its dark red skin absorbs all ambient blue light. This provides perfect camouflage in the midwater environment. They live completely isolated from surface weather and storms. Fact number 14 highlights the ancient Greenland shark lifespan. The Greenland shark is the longest living vertebrate known. Scientists estimate their maximum lifespan at 500 years. Researchers determined this using specific radiocarbon dating techniques. They analyzed proteins within the shark eye lenses. These proteins form before birth and remain unchanged. The shark grows only 1 centimeter per year. It reaches sexual maturity at 150 years. Their extremely slow metabolism contributes to this longevity. The water temperature in their habitat hovers near freezing. Cold environments naturally slow down cellular aging processes. These sharks navigate the Arctic and North Atlantic Oceans. They routinely dive to depths of 2,000 meters. Their tissues contain high levels of toxic urea. This compound acts as a biological antifreeze system. Most individuals suffer from a specific eye parasite. This copepod attaches to their corneas and causes blindness. The shark relies entirely on its acute sense of smell. It easily locates sunken carrion across vast distances. Their slow movements conserve vital energy in the dark. Fact number 15 focuses on the deep-sea anglerfish. Deep-sea anglerfish exhibit cases of extreme sexual dimorphism. The female is significantly larger than the male. Some females reach 1 meter in total length. The tiny males rarely exceed 1 single centimeter. Scientists first documented this bizarre species in 1833. The female possesses a modified dorsal fin spine. This structure acts as a bioluminescent fishing lure. Symbiotic bacteria produce the glowing light within the lure. The male anglerfish exists solely as a parasite. He completely lacks any functional digestive system internally. He uses enlarged olfactory organs to find a mate. Upon finding a female, he bites into her skin. Their tissues and blood vessels eventually fuse together. The male loses his eyes and internal organs. He becomes a permanent appendage on the female body. A single female can carry up to 6 males. This strange reproductive strategy ensures overall species survival. Finding a mate in the vast abyss is extremely rare. This biological fusion represents a marvel of natural evolution. Fact number 16 details the fascinating barrel-eye fish. This remarkable creature possesses a completely transparent head. A fluid-filled shield protects its delicate internal organs. 2 large green lenses sit inside this clear dome. These tubular eyes constantly point upward toward the surface. They detect the faint silhouettes of prey above them. Marine biologists first described this species in 1939. Early specimens were damaged during the trawling process. The fragile transparent dome always shattered in the nets. Researchers finally filmed a living specimen in 2004. The footage revealed the true nature of their vision. The fish can rotate its eyes forward when eating. It frequently steals food from passing siphonophore tentacles. The transparent shield protects its eyes from stinging cells. It hovers motionless at depths of 800 meters. Large flat fins provide incredible stability in the water. Its dark body blends perfectly into the deep ocean background. The unique visual system maximizes light capture efficiently. These unique adaptations allow survival in a harsh realm. Fact number 17 introduces the unusual Yeti crab. Scientists discovered this crustacean in 2005. A submarine found them near Easter Island at hydrothermal vents. The crab measures roughly 15 centimeters in length. Its white body completely lacks functional visual organs. Dense pale bristles cover its long front claws. These hairy structures resemble the mythical Yeti creature. The dense bristles serve a vital agricultural purpose. The crab actively farms filamentous bacteria on its arms. It waves these claws over the venting thermal fluids. The movement provides the bacteria with essential chemical nutrients. The crab then consumes the bacteria for its own sustenance. This unique farming method is called episymbiotic chemoautartrophy. The surrounding water contains highly toxic hydrogen sulfide. The farmed bacteria detoxify this deadly chemical compound effectively. Thousands of these crabs often gather around a single vent. They form dense white mats across the dark basaltic rocks. Their discovery highlighted the bizarre adaptations of vent ecosystems. They cluster tightly together for warmth and vital sustenance. Fact number 18 examines the massive giant isopod. This crustacean exemplifies the phenomenon of deep-sea gigantism. It can grow up to 50 centimeters in length. A French zoologist first described them in 1879. Their segmented bodies resemble common garden pill bugs. A rigid calcareous exoskeleton protects them from deep ocean predators. They inhabit depths between 100 and 2,000 meters. Giant isopods function primarily as efficient benthic scavengers. They rely heavily on food falling from the surface. Whale falls provide massive feasts for these hungry creatures. Their complex mouths contain facets of powerful jaws. They can gorge themselves until they can barely move. Their metabolism is incredibly slow in the freezing water. One captive specimen survived 5 years without eating anything. They possess large compound eyes with 4,000 facets. A highly reflective layer improves their vision in darkness. They curl into a tight defensive ball when feeling threatened. These scavengers clean the ocean floor with remarkable efficiency. Scientists continually study their unique digestive enzymes today. Fact number 19 investigates the deep Mariana snailfish. This creature holds the record for deepest living fish. Researchers officially discovered it in 2014. It thrives at an astonishing 8,100 meters. The ambient water pressure here is absolutely crushing. It equals the weight of 1,600 elephants. The snailfish lacks hard scales and typical fish armor. Its skin is completely translucent and lacks pigment. A highly flexible cartilaginous skull prevents pressure damage. Gaps in the skull allow it to equalize internal pressure. The fish produces a special chemical called trimethylamine oxide. This molecule stabilizes cellular proteins against the extreme weight. They dominate the trench as the top local predator. Their diet consists mainly of tiny deep-sea amphipods. They lay large eggs measuring 1 centimeter across. The lack of predators ensures high survival rates for offspring. Their existence pushes the absolute limits of vertebrate biology. Their soft bodies navigate the darkness with surprising grace. Future deep-sea missions may reveal even stranger species. Fact number 20 reveals the mysterious goblin shark. This rare species is often called a living fossil. Its lineage stretches back 125 million years. Japanese fishermen first caught a specimen in 1898. The shark features a long flattened snout called a rostrum. This structure contains thousands of specialized electrical sensors. These ampullae of Lorenzini detect the faint heartbeats of prey. Fact number 21 reveals a massive ocular structure. The giant squid possesses the largest eyes on Earth. Each eye measures up to 27 centimeters across. This size is roughly equivalent to a dinner plate. These massive organs evolved for a very specific purpose. They detect faint bioluminescent glows in the deep ocean. Large pupils gather maximum light in low visibility environments. Scientists studied these eyes using mathematical modeling techniques. They found the size optimizes sperm whale detection. Sperm whales are the primary predators of giant squids. Moving whales disturb tiny bioluminescent organisms in the water. The squid sees this glowing wake from afar. It can spot a whale from 120 meters. This early warning system allows the squid to escape. Researchers first documented this giant eye structure in 1925. A specimen washed ashore on a beach in New Zealand. Since then, only a few intact eyes have been recovered. The delicate tissue degrades rapidly at normal surface pressures. Fact number 22 examines the incredible Greenland shark. Greenland sharks hold the record for vertebrate longevity. These massive fish can live for over 400 years. Marine biologists determined their age using radiocarbon dating methods. They analyzed proteins within the lens of the shark's eye. These eye proteins form before the shark is even born. They remain unchanged throughout the animal's entire lifespan. One female studied was estimated to be nearly 4 centuries old. The secret to their long life lies in their metabolism. They inhabit extremely cold Arctic and North Atlantic waters. Temperatures hover just above the freezing point year-round. This frigid environment slows their biological processes significantly. Their heart beats only once every 10 to 12 seconds. Growth occurs at a rate of 1 centimeter per year. They reach sexual maturity around 150 years old. Their slow movement conserves vital energy in a harsh habitat. They primarily scavenge for carrion along the cold ocean floor. Fact number 23 explains a strange biological phenomenon. Many marine invertebrates exhibit a trait called deep-sea gigantism. Creatures grow much larger than their shallow water relatives. The giant isopod is a prime example of this adaptation. It resembles a common woodlouse but reaches 50 centimeters long. This crustacean can weigh up to nearly 2 kilograms. Scientists attribute this massive growth to several environmental factors. Colder temperatures increase the lifespan of these bottom-dwelling animals. Longer lifespans allow for extended periods of continuous growth. Additionally, cold water holds higher concentrations of dissolved oxygen. Increased oxygen availability supports larger body sizes in invertebrates. Cell sizes themselves actually increase in these frigid conditions. Food scarcity also plays a role in this evolutionary trait. Larger bodies can store more energy reserves for lean times. They can survive for years without consuming a single meal. One captive giant isopod lived 5 years without eating. This gigantism is found in squids, amphipods, and sea spiders. Fact number 24 details the vampire squid's diet. The vampire squid is completely harmless despite its menacing name. This ancient cephalopod does not hunt live prey at all. It is the only known cephalopod that functions as a detritivore. Its diet consists entirely of falling organic debris called marine snow. Marine snow includes dead plankton, fecal matter, and shed mucus. The squid extends 2 long, sticky filaments into the water. These filaments can reach up to 8 times its body length. They drift passively to collect the descending organic particles. Once coated in debris, the squid retracts the delicate filaments. It uses its arms to scrape the food into its mouth. This passive feeding strategy requires very little caloric expenditure. It perfectly suits the oxygen minimum zone where it lives. This zone sits between 600 and 900 meters down. Oxygen saturation here drops below 5% of normal levels. The vampire squid thrives here with its unique respiratory proteins. Hemocyanin in its blood binds oxygen with incredible efficiency. Fact number 25 introduces the unusual sea pig. Sea pigs are small echinoderms found on abyssal plains. They are officially known as scotoplanes in scientific literature. These animals are actually a type of deep-sea cucumber. They possess elongated, leg-like appendages on their undersides. These legs are not true limbs but enlarged tube feet. They inflate these tube feet with water to walk. Hydraulic pressure allows them to move across the soft mud. Sea pigs travel in massive herds across the ocean floor. A single gathering can contain several hundred individual animals. They orient themselves to face the prevailing deep ocean currents. This alignment helps them detect the scent of decaying matter. They use a ring of feeding tentacles around their mouths. These tentacles sift through the sediment for organic particles. Sea pigs play a crucial role in nutrient cycling. They process dead material that falls from the sunlit zone. Their bodies are extremely fragile and mostly made of water. Bringing them to the surface causes them to disintegrate instantly. Fact number 26 explores anglerfish sexual reproduction strategies. Deep-sea anglerfish utilize a bizarre method for mating. Finding a partner in the vast ocean is extremely difficult. Evolution solved this problem through a process called sexual parasitism. Male anglerfish are tiny compared to the massive females. A male is born without a functional digestive system. His sole purpose is to locate a female quickly. He uses highly developed olfactory organs to track her pheromones. Upon finding her, he bites into her soft belly. He releases an enzyme that dissolves the skin of both fishes. Their blood vessels completely fuse together over several weeks. The male becomes a permanent appendage on the female's body. He loses his eyes, fins, and internal organs over time. He receives all necessary nutrients directly from her bloodstream. In return, he provides a constant supply of genetic material. A single female can host up to 6 parasitic males. This ensures reproductive success in an incredibly sparse population. Scientists first documented this biological fusion in 1922. Fact number 27 looks at the transparent barrel-eye fish. This unique animal possesses a completely transparent, fluid-filled head. This unusual species is scientifically named Macropinna microstoma. It lives at depths of around 600 meters. The transparent dome protects its highly sensitive tubular eyes. These eyes are encased within the clear shield of tissue. The eyes point directly upward to scan for overhead prey. They look for the faint silhouettes of tiny marine organisms. Green pigments in the lenses filter out ambient sunlight. This filtering helps them spot the bioluminescence of their targets. For decades, scientists believed these eyes were fixed in place. They thought the fish could only look straight up. In 2009, researchers observed a live specimen. They discovered the eyes can rotate within the fluid shield. The fish can pivot its eyes forward to track prey. This rotation allows it to see what it is eating. Two small indentations on its face look like normal eyes. However, these are actually olfactory organs used for smelling. Fact number 28 describes the heat-tolerant Pompeii worm. The Pompeii worm is an extreme thermophile marine invertebrate. It lives exclusively on the walls of hydrothermal vents. These vents are located along the East Pacific Rise. The worm builds a papery tube attached to the vent chimney. The temperature gradient across its body is absolutely staggering. Its tail rests inside the tube near the vent fluid. Temperatures at the tail can reach 80 degrees Celsius. Its head extends out into the surrounding ocean water. The water near its head is only 22 degrees Celsius. This creates a 60-degree temperature difference across one animal. No other complex animal can survive such extreme continuous heat. The worm relies on a symbiotic relationship for survival. Its back is covered in a thick, fleece-like layer of bacteria. These bacteria secrete special proteins that insulate the worm. The bacterial fleece acts as a microscopic thermal blanket. The bacteria also process toxic heavy metals from the vent. French marine biologists discovered this species in 1980. Fact number 29 examines the agricultural Yeti crab. The Yeti crab was officially discovered in 2005. It lives near hydrothermal vents in the Pacific Antarctic ridge. This crustacean lacks vision and has entirely pale, white coloring. Its most striking feature is its long, hairy claws. These prominent hairs are technically known as setae. The setae are densely covered in filamentous chemosynthetic bacteria. The crab actually cultivates these bacteria as a primary food source. It carefully waves its arms over the active vent fluid. This movement bathes the bacteria in methane and hydrogen sulfide. The continuous flow of chemicals maximizes the bacterial growth rate. Scientists describe this behavior as a form of underwater agriculture. The crab uses specialized mouthparts to harvest the grown bacteria. It scrapes the nutrient-rich microbes directly off its own arms. This farming technique makes them completely independent of surface energy. They live in dense colonies around the mineral chimneys. Up to 600 individuals can occupy 1 square meter. They occasionally fight over the best positions near the vent. Fact number 30 investigates the bizarre bone-eating zombie worms. Ozdax worms are highly specialized scavengers of the deep ocean. They are commonly referred to as zombie worms by researchers. These worms feed exclusively on the skeletons of dead whales. A sunken whale carcass is known as a whale fall. Zombie worms have no mouth, no stomach, and no gut. Instead, they secrete powerful bone-melting acids from their root systems. These roots bore deep into the calcium-rich whale bones. Inside the roots, symbiotic bacteria process the extracted bone lipids. The bacteria convert the fats and oils into usable nutrients. The worms absorb these nutrients directly into their tissues. Only female zombie worms excavate the bone and feed. The males are microscopic and live inside the female's body. A single female can house over 100 tiny males. These males exist solely to fertilize the female's many eggs. Scientists discovered these unique creatures in 2002. They found them in the Monterey Bay submarine canyon. They play a vital role in recycling massive marine carcasses. Fact number 31. The vampire squid is not a true squid. It belongs to its own distinct biological order. Scientists named it Vampirotuthis infernalis in 1903. This translates to vampire squid from hell. Despite the terrifying name, it is completely harmless. This creature does not hunt living prey. It feeds exclusively on falling marine snow. Marine snow consists of dead organic material. The squid uses two long sticky filaments. These filaments capture the falling debris efficiently. It lives in the oxygen minimum zone. Oxygen levels here are below 3%. Most marine animals would suffocate in this layer. The vampire squid has highly efficient hemocyanin. This copper-based blood binds oxygen very effectively. Its metabolic rate is the lowest among cephalopods. To save energy, it rarely swims actively. Instead, it drifts quietly in the cold currents. When threatened, it inverts its webbed arms. This creates a dark cloak around its body. It releases a cloud of bioluminescent mucus. This glowing cloud confuses potential predators. The squid then slips away unnoticed. They are truly unique survivors. Fact number 32. Many deep ocean creatures exhibit abyssal gigantism. The giant isopod perfectly illustrates this biological rule. Its scientific name is Bathynomus giganteus. French zoologist Alphonse Milne-Edwards described it in 1879. This creature resembles a common garden pillbug. However, it grows up to 40 centimeters long. It can weigh nearly 2 kilograms. Scientists propose several reasons for this massive size. Colder temperatures increase cell size and lifespan. The immense pressure might also alter cellular processes. Larger bodies store more energy for lean times. Food is extremely scarce on the ocean floor. Giant isopods are highly efficient scavengers. They feast on dead whales and sunken fish. Their metabolism is incredibly slow and conservative. One captive specimen survived 5 years without eating. They possess facets of complex jaws. These jaws tear through tough hide and bone. Their large compound eyes are highly reflective. This adaptation maximizes any faint traces of light. Their armored exoskeletons provide excellent protection. They curl into tight balls when threatened. These creatures are ancient. Fact number 33. The Yeti crab was discovered in 2005. Researchers found it near the Pacific Antarctic ridge. It lives at a depth of 2,200 meters. Its scientific name is Kiwa hirsuta. This crustacean lacks functional eyes entirely. Its most striking feature is its hairy claws. These pale bristles are called setae. The setae are covered in filamentous bacteria. The crab actually farms these bacteria for food. It waves its arms over hydrothermal vents. This movement bathes the bacteria in methane and sulfides. The chemicals provide energy for bacterial growth. The crab then harvests the bacteria using specialized mouthparts. This process is known as chemosynthetic agriculture. Yeti crabs live in highly toxic environments. The vent fluids would kill most marine life. Yet these crabs gather in massive, dense swarms. Scientists have counted up to 600 crabs per square meter. They compete fiercely for the best vent locations. Water temperatures fluctuate wildly near the vents. The crabs must maintain a precise distance. Too close means boiling in vent fluid. Too far means freezing in the surrounding water. This ecosystem is incredibly delicate. Fact number 34. The giant oarfish is the longest bony fish. It can reach lengths of 11 meters. Some unverified reports claim 15 meters. Its scientific name is Regalicus glesni. This fish lives in the mesopelagic zone. It occupies depths down to 1,000 meters. The oarfish has a ribbon-like, silvery body. A bright red dorsal fin runs along its back. This creature inspired ancient tales of sea serpents. It swims vertically with its head pointing upward. This posture helps it spot prey against surface light. It feeds primarily on tiny krill and crustaceans. The fish lacks visible teeth in its jaws. Instead, it uses gill rakers to filter food. Its skin is scaleless and incredibly fragile. The skin is coated in a protective silvery guanine. Oarfish rarely survive contact with the ocean surface. They usually wash ashore only when dying. Japanese folklore links their appearance to impending earthquakes. Modern science has found no statistical correlation. Seismic activity does not drive them to the surface. Changes in ocean currents likely cause these strandings. They are peaceful filter feeders. Fact number 35. The barrel-eye fish has a transparent fluid-filled head. This unique adaptation was fully understood in 2004. Earlier specimens were destroyed during the trawling process. The pressure changes ruptured their delicate head shields. Its scientific name is Macropinna microstoma. The fish lives at depths of 800 meters. Its eyes are tubular and highly sensitive. They resemble glowing green orbs inside its skull. The green pigment filters out residual sunlight. This helps the fish spot bioluminescent prey. The eyes usually point straight up through the transparent dome. This upward gaze detects silhouettes of falling food. Two small indentations sit on the front of its face. These are olfactory organs, similar to human nostrils. For decades, scientists thought the eyes were fixed upward. We now know the eyes can rotate forward. This rotation allows the fish to see its mouth. It can track prey right into its jaws. The barrel-eye often steals food from siphonophores. It carefully maneuvers between stinging tentacles to feed. This avoids dangerous stinging cells. Its large flat fins provide precise hovering control. Fact number 36. The Greenland shark is the longest living vertebrate known. Scientists estimate their lifespan exceeds 400 years. Radiocarbon dating of their eye lenses confirmed this extreme age. One female specimen was born around the year 1620. These sharks inhabit the cold North Atlantic waters. They swim at depths of 2,000 meters. Their metabolic rate is exceptionally low. They swim at roughly 1 kilometer per hour. This slow pace conserves vital energy in freezing waters. Greenland sharks grow only 1 centimeter per year. They do not reach sexual maturity until age 150. Their flesh contains high levels of trimethylamine oxide. This chemical acts as a natural antifreeze. It prevents ice crystals from forming in their tissues. Most Greenland sharks are virtually blind. A parasitic copepod attaches to their corneas. This parasite consumes the outer layer of the eye. Vision is unnecessary in the pitch-black ocean depths. They rely entirely on an acute sense of smell. They scavenge on sunken carcasses of seals and whales. Their slow lifestyle ensures minimal energy expenditure. Their survival strategy is patience. Fact number 37. Deep-sea anglerfish exhibit extreme sexual dimorphism. The females are large and possess the famous glowing lure. The males are tiny, often just millimeters long. Finding a mate in the vast deep ocean is difficult. The anglerfish solved this with sexual parasitism. A male anglerfish has huge nostrils and large eyes. He uses these to track a female's specific pheromones. Once he finds her, he bites into her belly. He releases an enzyme that dissolves both their skins. Their tissues gradually fuse together permanently. Their blood vessels join into a single circulatory system. The male loses his eyes, fins, and internal organs. He becomes nothing more than a specialized reproductive appendage. The female provides all necessary nutrients through her blood. In return, the male provides a constant supply of sperm. A single female can carry up to 6 parasitic males. This ensures reproductive success in a sparsely populated environment. This fusion process requires a unique immune system modification. The female's body does not reject the male's foreign tissue. Scientists study this for potential organ transplant applications. This adaptation is truly bizarre. Fact number 38. The Mariana snailfish is the deepest known living fish. Its scientific name is Pseudoliparis swirae. It thrives at depths exceeding 8,000 meters. The pressure here is 800 times greater than surface pressure. This pressure would crush regular fish instantly. The snailfish has evolved remarkable biochemical adaptations. It possesses high concentrations of a chemical called TMAO. This molecule stabilizes proteins under extreme hydrostatic pressure. Without TMAO, their cellular structures would collapse. They lack a swim bladder entirely. Gas-filled cavities cannot exist at these depths. Their bones are not calcified like surface fish. Instead, their skeletons are mostly flexible cartilage. This flexibility prevents fractures under immense weight. Their skulls have open gaps to equalize internal pressure. Despite the harsh conditions, they are top predators here. They feed heavily on swarms of tiny amphipods. They appear pale, translucent, and surprisingly delicate. Their bodies resemble soft, gelatinous tadpoles. Researchers filmed them actively swimming and hunting. They thrive where no other fish can survive. They are masters of adaptation. Fact number 39. The Dumbo octopus is the deepest living cephalopod. Scientists have recorded them at 7,000 meters deep. They belong to the genus Grympoteuthis. They get their name from 2 large ear-like fins. These fins protrude from the sides of their mantle. They flap these fins to glide gracefully through the water. Their movement resembles a flying elephant. Unlike shallow water octopuses, they lack an ink sac. Ink is useless in the permanent darkness of the abyss. They also lack the ability to change color rapidly. Camouflage is unnecessary without ambient light. Their arms are connected by a web of skin. This webbing forms an umbrella-like shape when flared. They hover just above the muddy ocean floor. They hunt for worms, bivalves, and small crustaceans. They swallow their prey whole. They do not have the typical vula for tearing flesh. Females carry eggs in various stages of development. There is no specific breeding season in the deep sea. They attach their hard-shelled eggs to deep-sea corals. The hatchlings emerge fully formed and capable of hunting. They are graceful and silent. Fact number 41 introduces the massive giant isopod. Giant isopods roam the cold and dark ocean floor. Their formal scientific name is known as Bathynomus giganteus. These creatures closely resemble common terrestrial garden pillbugs. However, they can grow up to 50 centimeters long. This extreme size is a phenomenon called deep-sea gigantism. Colder temperatures significantly slow down their cellular metabolism. Extended lifespans allow them to reach enormous physical proportions. Giant isopods possess highly complex and reflective compound eyes. Each eye contains nearly 4,000 individual visual facets. This provides excellent vision in environments with minimal light. They feed primarily on whale carcasses falling from above. Food sources are incredibly scarce at these extreme depths. One captive specimen survived 5 entire years without eating. They store potential energy in highly specialized lipid reserves. Their tough calcified exoskeletons protect them from high pressure. They inhabit ocean depths down to 2,000 meters. This scientific discovery occurred in the year 1879. Fact number 42 examines the bizarre deep-water sea pigs. Sea pigs are actually a species of deep-water sea cucumbers. Their scientific genus designation is known as scotoplanes. They inhabit vast abyssal plains across the entire globe. These plains sit thousands of meters below the sea surface. Sea pigs possess several pairs of fleshy tube-like legs. These appendages are operated by a complex water vascular system. Internal water pressure inflates and moves these unique fleshy legs. Their bodies are almost entirely composed of seawater. This high water content prevents crushing under extreme pressure. Sea pigs often gather in massive herds on the seafloor. Scientists have observed hundreds moving in a single synchronized direction. They align themselves with prevailing deep ocean water currents. This alignment helps them detect distant decaying organic matter. They use specialized feeding tentacles to continuously sift the sediment. These tentacles extract tiny nutrient-rich particles from the mud. Sea pigs play a crucial role in deep marine nutrient recycling. They act as the biological vacuum cleaners of the abyss. Fact number 43 details the deep-sea dragonfish visual system. The deep-sea dragonfish possesses a truly unique visual system. Most deep ocean creatures can only perceive blue light. Blue light wavelengths travel the farthest through dense seawater. Red light gets absorbed entirely near the ocean surface. Therefore, many deep marine animals are naturally colored red. This red coloration renders them virtually invisible to predators. However, the dragonfish can produce its own red bioluminescence. It emits this light from specialized organs beneath its eyes. These light-producing biological organs are scientifically called photophores. The dragonfish also developed the rare ability to see red light. It uses a special derivative of chlorophyll in its retinas. This modified plant pigment absorbs red light wavelengths efficiently. The red beam acts as a biological sniper scope. The dragonfish illuminates unsuspecting prey in the pitch blackness. The targeted prey cannot see the red light shining upon them. This visual trick gives the dragonfish a massive predatory advantage. They live at depths of nearly 2,000 meters. Fact number 44 uncovers the mystery of zombie worms. Zombie worms consume the skeletal remains of dead sunken whales. Their scientific genus name is officially classified as Ozdax. This specific Latin term translates directly to bone-eating. Marine researchers first discovered these worms in 2002. Zombie worms completely lack a functional mouth or a stomach. Instead, they secrete powerful acids from their branching root systems. These strong acids rapidly dissolve the dense calcified whale bones. Symbiotic bacterial colonies live deep inside the worm tissues. These bacteria digest the extracted bone collagen and lipid fats. The bacteria then provide essential nutrients directly to the worm. Female zombie worms grow to about 5 centimeters in length. Male zombie worms are completely microscopic in their physical size. Dozens of dwarf males live permanently inside the female body. Their only biological purpose is to continuously fertilize new eggs. A single whaleful can sustain zombie worms for decades. Once the bones vanish, the adult worms release their larvae. These larvae drift vast distances across the barren ocean floor. Fact number 45 focuses on the unusual snipe eel. The snipe eel has an incredibly slender and elongated body. It can reach up to 1.5 meters long. Yet an adult specimen weighs merely a few dozen grams. Its upper and lower jaws curve away from each other. They form a distinct shape resembling a long bird beak. These jaws cannot be completely closed together at the tips. This structural quirk seems like a severe biological disadvantage. However, this open beak is covered in tiny hooked teeth. The snipe eel swims constantly with its mouth wide open. It sweeps its head rapidly back and forth through water. This sweeping motion targets the long antennae of deep-sea shrimp. The shrimp antennae easily snag on the microscopic hooked teeth. The eel then swallows the trapped crustacean prey entirely whole. Snipe eels inhabit every major ocean basin on planet Earth. They typically reside between 300 and 2,000 meters. Their spinal columns contain up to 750 vertebrae. This is more individual vertebrae than almost any other animal. Fact number 46 explores the ancient deep-sea comb jellies. Deep-sea comb jellies are not actually true biological jellyfish. They belong to a completely separate phylum called Ctenophora. Comb jellies do not possess any venomous stinging cells. Instead, they use sticky cells called calloblasts to catch prey. They propel themselves using 8 distinct rows of tiny cilia. These microscopic cilia beat continuously in a beautiful synchronized rhythm. The constant movement of these cilia scatters ambient environmental light. This scattering creates a stunning rainbow effect along their bodies. This visual display is light diffraction, not actual cellular bioluminescence. Many species have entirely transparent and fragile gelatinous bodies. Transparency provides excellent visual camouflage in the open pelagic zone. Comb jellies are considered incredibly ancient marine biological organisms. Genetic studies suggest they evolved over 500 million years ago. They completely lack a central brain or complex nervous system. Instead, they operate via a simple decentralized neural nerve net. Some deep-sea species can consume prey much larger than themselves. Their stomachs expand dynamically to accommodate these massive meals. Fact number 47 introduces the bizarre deep-sea spiders. Deep-sea spiders belong to the unique marine class Pycnogonida. They are marine arthropods, not true terrestrial arachnid spiders. Most coastal shallow water sea spiders remain quite small in size. However, deep ocean species exhibit a phenomenon called extreme polar gigantism. Their total leg spans can easily exceed 70 centimeters across. Their central bodies are surprisingly tiny and incredibly narrow. There is simply no room for vital organs inside their torsos. Therefore, their digestive and reproductive systems extend directly into their legs. Sea spiders lack a traditional respiratory system entirely. They do not have functional gills or lungs to breathe. Instead, oxygen diffuses directly through their highly porous outer exoskeletons. Their large surface area facilitates this continuous passive gas exchange. They possess a long tubular proboscis for feeding on prey. They insert this sharp proboscis into soft-bodied marine invertebrates. Sea anemones and sea sponges are their primary food sources. Male sea spiders carry the fertilized eggs on specialized legs. These unique egg-carrying appendages are scientifically known as oviges. Fact number 48 reveals the strange barrel-eye fish. The deep-sea barrel-eye fish features a completely transparent upper head. A fluid-filled clear dome protects its sensitive internal facial structures. This clear shield allows the fish to look straight upward. Its internal eyes are large, tubular, and glowing bright green. These specialized tubular eyes are highly sensitive to faint light. They capture the dark silhouettes of prey swimming far overhead. The green eye pigment filters out residual sunlight from above. This filtering helps distinguish glowing bioluminescent prey from background light. Two dark spots sit prominently at the front of its face. These spots look like eyes but are actually olfactory organs. They function exactly like human nostrils to detect chemical scents. The fish hovers completely motionless in the dark water column. When it spots a target, the internal eyes rotate forward. The fish then swims rapidly upward to catch its meal. Scientists first formally described this species in 1939. However, the fragile transparent dome was destroyed in early net captures. The clear dome was finally observed completely intact in 2004. Fact number 49 describes the mysterious deep-sea chimera. Deep-sea chimeras are most frequently referred to as ghost sharks. They are incredibly ancient relatives of modern sharks and rays. Their evolutionary lineage diverged nearly 400 million years ago. Like true sharks, their skeletons consist entirely of lightweight cartilage. They lack the sharp, constantly replaceable teeth found in regular sharks. Instead, they possess solid mineralized tooth plates in their jaws. These plates easily crush the hard protective shells of deep-sea mollusks. Chimeras have highly visible lateral line canals across their heads. These canals look exactly like intricate stitches on their skin. They contain mechanoreceptors that detect tiny water pressure changes nearby. This complex system senses the subtle movements of hidden prey. Many species feature a venomous defensive spine near their dorsal fin. This spine provides excellent defense against larger deep ocean predators. Male chimeras possess a retractable reproductive appendage on their foreheads. This bizarre anatomical structure is scientifically called a tenaculum. Ghost sharks swim using their large wing-like pectoral side fins. They inhabit extreme depths reaching 2,600 meters. Fact number 50 highlights the brilliant Atolla jellyfish defense mechanism. This unique survival strategy is known as the bioluminescent burglar alarm. The Atolla jellyfish features an entirely deep red body coloration. Red coloration provides perfect visual camouflage in the dark abyss. Fact number 51. The Dumbo octopus is the deepest living octopus species. Researchers find them at depths exceeding 4,000 meters. Some specimens live nearly 7,000 meters below sea level. These unique cephalopods belong to the genus known as Grimpotuthis. They possess prominent ear-like fins above their lateral eyes. These fins resemble the ears of a famous cartoon elephant. Scientists have identified 15 distinct species within this genus. The largest recorded specimen weighed almost 6 kilograms. It measured almost 2 meters in total body length. Most individuals remain much smaller than this giant record. Average adults measure only 20 to 30 centimeters long. They hover above the seafloor using their muscular fins. Their diet consists of pelagic invertebrates and small crustaceans. They swallow their prey whole rather than tearing it. Unlike shallow water octopuses, they lack dark ink sacs. Ink provides no defensive advantage in absolute darkness. Their bodies are semigelatinous to withstand immense water pressure. They reproduce by laying eggs on hard seafloor surfaces. Fact number 52. The giant isopod demonstrates a phenomenon called deep-sea gigantism. These crustaceans are related to common terrestrial pill bugs. Marine species can grow up to 50 centimeters long. Bathynomus giganteus is the largest of these deep-sea scavengers. They inhabit the benthic zone of the Atlantic Ocean. French zoologist Alphonse Milne-Edwards first described them in 1879. This discovery proved that life existed in the deep ocean. Giant isopods possess 14 jointed legs for ocean floor navigation. Their compound eyes contain over 4,000 individual facets. A highly reflective layer behind the retina improves light detection. They primarily feed on whale carcasses and sunken fish. Food falls from the surface are rare and unpredictable. These creatures have adapted to survive long periods of starvation. One captive specimen survived 5 years without consuming any food. Their slow metabolism conserves energy during these extended famines. When food appears, they gorge themselves until barely mobile. Their overlapping calcareous plates provide strong armor against predators. Fact number 53. The Yeti crab was completely unknown until 2005. Scientists discovered this unusual crustacean south of Easter Island. It lived near hydrothermal vents at 2,000 meters depth. Its scientific name is known as Kiwa hirsuta. The animal measures about 15 centimeters in total length. Dense pale setae cover its prominent front walking legs. These hair-like structures resemble the fur of a mythical yeti. The bristles serve a vital biological function for the crab. They provide a large surface area for filamentous bacteria. These bacteria harvest energy from toxic vent minerals. The crab waves its arms over the active hydrothermal vents. This continuous motion supplies fresh minerals to the bacterial colonies. The Yeti crab then consumes these bacteria for its nourishment. This farming behavior is a remarkable evolutionary adaptation. The crab lacks functional eyes due to its dark habitat. It relies entirely on chemical sensors to navigate the vents. Researchers have found several more Yeti crab species since then. Fact number 54. Sea pigs are a unique type of deep-sea cucumber. They belong to the scientific genus known as scotoplanes. These invertebrates thrive on abyssal plains across the globe. They typically inhabit depths between 1 and 6 kilometers. Their bodies are translucent and pale pink in color. They possess enlarged tube feet that resemble walking legs. Water pressure inflates these appendages to support their bodies. Sea pigs use these legs to walk across the mud. They use specialized feeding tentacles to gather organic detritus. Their diet consists mainly of decaying plant and animal matter. They often gather in massive herds of hundreds of individuals. These large gatherings usually occur around a fresh food fall. A sunken whale carcass can attract thousands of sea pigs. They orient themselves to face the prevailing ocean currents. This alignment helps them detect chemical signals from distant food. They play a crucial role in recycling benthic nutrients. Their constant foraging aerates the uppermost layers of sediment. Fact number 55. The barrel-eye fish possesses a completely transparent fluid-filled head. Its scientific name is recognized as Macropinna microstoma. Marine biologists first described this species in 1939. Early researchers only studied dead specimens brought to the surface. The fragile transparent dome always ruptured during the ascent. Scientists finally filmed a living barrel-eye in 2004. This live footage revealed the true structure of its head. Its eyes are large green tubular structures inside the dome. These highly sensitive eyes point upward to detect faint shadows. They look for the silhouettes of prey against surface light. The fish can rotate these tubular eyes forward when feeding. The two spots above its mouth are actually olfactory organs. These nostrils help the fish smell chemical traces in water. Barrel eyes hover motionless in the water column using large fins. They often steal food from the tentacles of siphonophores. Their transparent shield protects their eyes from stinging cells. Fact number 56. Zombie worms consume the skeletal remains of sunken whales. Scientists discovered the Ostax genus in 2002. Researchers found them in Monterey Bay at 3 kilometers depth. These worms lack a mouth, a stomach, and a gut. They rely entirely on a unique method of nutrient extraction. The worms secrete powerful acids from their root-like structures. This acid slowly dissolves the dense calcium of whale bones. Symbiotic bacteria live inside the root system of the worm. These bacteria digest the exposed bone collagen and lipid fats. The bacteria then produce nutrients that sustain the host worm. Only female zombie worms grow large enough to be visible. Microscopic male worms live inside the bodies of the females. A single female might host dozens of tiny male partners. This extreme sexual dimorphism ensures highly efficient reproduction rates. The worms release thousands of fertilized eggs into the current. These larvae drift until they encounter another isolated bone fall. Fact number 57. Grenadiers are the most abundant bottom-dwelling fish in the ocean. Many marine biologists refer to them as rat-tail fish. They make up 15% of the deep benthic biomass. Their bodies taper dramatically into long, thin, pointed tails. This streamlined shape allows them to cruise efficiently over sediment. They inhabit depths ranging from 200 to 7,000 meters. Rat tails possess a highly developed swim bladder for buoyancy control. They use specialized drumming muscles to produce low-frequency sounds. These acoustic signals help them locate mates in complete darkness. A prominent chemosensory barbel hangs beneath their lower jaw. This organ detects chemical traces of buried invertebrates and carrion. Their large mouths open downward to vacuum prey from the mud. They possess a surprisingly slow metabolism and growth rate. Some grenadier species can live for more than 70 years. They reach sexual maturity very late in their long lives. Their slow reproduction makes them highly vulnerable to deep-sea trawling. Fact number 58. Deep-sea glass sponges build their skeletons from pure dissolved silica. They belong to the ancient taxonomic class called Hexactinellida. These animals extract silicic acid directly from the surrounding seawater. They weave this material into intricate geometric lattice structures. Some glass sponges grow up to 3 meters in length. Their delicate silica fibers transmit light much like fiber optics. They possess no specialized nervous system or individual distinct cells. Their tissue consists of a giant continuous multinucleated cellular mass. Electrical signals travel rapidly across this syncytial tissue network. This allows the entire sponge to coordinate its water pumping. Glass sponges are among the longest living animals on our planet. Scientists studied a massive specimen of Monorhophis tuni in China. They analyzed the chemical isotopes within its thick silica spicule. The data revealed an estimated age of 11,000 years. These ancient organisms record historical ocean temperatures in their skeletons. They serve as living archives of ancient global climate shifts. Fact number 59. The pelican eel features an incredibly disproportionate facial structure. Its massive lower jaw accounts for a quarter of its length. This jaw supports a highly expandable pouch-like lower mouth. The structure closely resembles the throat pouch of a pelican. Its scientific classification is known as Europharynx pelicanoides. The eel rarely uses this mouth to capture large prey. Instead, it acts like a massive net for small crustaceans. The eel swims into swarms of shrimp with its mouth open. It scoops up large volumes of water and tiny prey. Water then filters out through the gills before swallowing occurs. The stomach of the eel can stretch to accommodate meals. A complex luminous organ sits at the tip of its tail. This photophore glows with a distinctive bright pinkish red light. The eel waves this glowing tail to attract curious prey. Its lateral line system is highly modified with raised tubes. These tubes detect the faintest water movements from distant animals. Fact number 60. The Mariana snailfish holds the record for the deepest vertebrate. Its scientific designation is recognized as Pseudoliparis swirae. Researchers discovered them in the Mariana Trench in 2014. They thrive at an astonishing depth of 8,000 meters. The pressure here is 800 times greater than the surface. Most fish cannot survive past 8,200 meters. At greater depths, proteins begin to lose their structural stability. Snailfish counter this pressure using a special chemical called TMAO. This molecule prevents cellular proteins from collapsing under extreme weight. Their bodies contain incredibly high concentrations of this stabilizing chemical. Mariana snailfish lack scales, large teeth, and heavy bone structures. Their skeletons are mostly cartilage to maintain flexibility under pressure. They appear pale, translucent, and surprisingly delicate in their environment. Despite their fragile look, they are the top predators here. They feast continuously on the abundant amphipods of the trench. CT scans reveal their stomachs are often completely full. Fact number 61 introduces the transparent barrel-eye fish. The barrel-eye fish possesses a completely transparent head. Researchers first described this unique species in 1939. The transparent dome protects its highly sensitive tubular eyes. Fluid fills this clear shield atop the fish. These emerald green lenses usually point straight upward. They scan the water column for faint silhouettes. The fish constantly looks for small jellies drifting overhead. When potential prey appears, the tubular eyes rotate forward. This rotation allows precise targeting of their next meal. Scientists finally filmed a live specimen in 2004. Early net captures always destroyed the fragile head structure. The fish lives at depths around 800 meters. Very little sunlight ever reaches this specific mesopelagic zone. Their specialized vision maximizes the available ambient photons. They hover motionless in the water for long periods. Large flat fins provide exceptional stability during these pauses. This motionless hunting strategy conserves vital cellular energy. They remain perfectly still to avoid attracting unwanted attention. This evolutionary marvel remains a true deep ocean mystery. Fact number 62 focuses on the remarkable Yeti crab. Marine biologists discovered this crustacean in 2005. It lives near hydrothermal vents in the South Pacific. The crab resides at depths of 2,200 meters. Dense pale setae cover its elongated front claws. These hair-like structures serve a highly specialized biological purpose. The crab actively cultivates filamentous bacteria on these bristles. It waves its arms through the methane-rich vent fluids. This rhythmic motion provides oxygen and nutrients to the bacteria. The Yeti crab essentially farms its own microscopic food. It uses specialized mouth appendages to scrape the bacteria. This deep-sea species lacks functional visual organs entirely. Total darkness renders standard vision completely useless anyway. They rely on chemosensory hairs to navigate the terrain. The water temperature near the vents fluctuates wildly. Crabs must maintain a precise distance from the boiling water. Stepping too close results in immediate thermal destruction. Moving too far away stops the bacterial growth cycle. Scientists named them after the mythical abominable snowman. Their behavior perfectly adapts to this extreme volcanic environment. Fact number 63 examines the elusive deep-sea lizardfish. This apex predator dominates the lower bathyal zone. They inhabit ocean depths reaching 3,500 meters. Extreme food scarcity defines this harsh benthic environment. Encountering a mate poses a significant statistical challenge. Evolution solved this reproduction problem through simultaneous hermaphroditism. Every individual possesses both male and female reproductive organs. Any two lizardfish can successfully mate upon meeting. Their mouths contain multiple rows of needle-like teeth. Even their muscular tongue features sharp backwards-facing fangs. Once prey enters the mouth, escape becomes physically impossible. They consume squids and other smaller teleost fishes. Their bodies consist mostly of water and soft tissue. This composition prevents crushing under immense hydrostatic pressure. The ambient pressure here exceeds 300 standard atmospheres. They lie buried in the soft sediment waiting patiently. Only their reflective eyes remain visible above the mud. An explosive ambush secures their infrequent but necessary meals. Their dark coloration provides excellent camouflage against the mud. This patience ensures their survival in a barren wasteland. Fact number 64 reveals the nature of siphonophores. These organisms appear as single long gelatinous animals. They are actually complex colonies of specialized individual zooids. Each zooid performs a specific function for the colony. Some individuals handle propulsion through the water column. Others focus entirely on capturing prey or digesting food. Certain zooids manage the reproductive duties of the collective. No single zooid can survive independently from the others. The species Praia dubia reaches lengths of 50 meters. This makes it one of the longest known animals. They deploy a curtain of venomous tentacles below them. This deadly net captures tiny crustaceans and small fish. A central stem connects all the individual living units. Nerve impulses travel along this stem to coordinate movement. They regulate their buoyancy using carbon monoxide gas-filled floats. Many siphonophores emit brilliant blue bioluminescent light when disturbed. This glowing display likely startles potential deep-sea predators. Researchers actively study their unique decentralized nervous systems. These fragile structures break apart easily in fishing nets. Each colony represents a masterpiece of biological cooperation. Fact number 65 explores the unusual Ozdax worms. Scientists often refer to them as zombie worms. Researchers discovered them in Monterey Bay in 2002. These worms feed exclusively on sunken whale carcasses. They completely lack a mouth and a digestive tract. Instead, they secrete powerful acids from root-like structures. This acid dissolves the dense calcium matrix of bones. Symbiotic bacteria live inside the roots of the worm. These microbes digest the exposed collagen and bone lipids. The bacteria then provide nutrients directly to the host. Only the female worms excavate the whale bones. Microscopic male worms live entirely inside the female bodies. A single female might contain over 100 males. This extreme sexual dimorphism ensures constant reproductive success. Whale falls provide massive but temporary nutrient injections. The worms must reproduce quickly before the bone disappears. Their microscopic larvae drift on deep ocean currents. They search the vast seafloor for newly fallen skeletons. They play a crucial role in the deep carbon cycle. They completely break down skeletons within a few years. Fact number 66 focuses on the deep-sea dragonfish. Most deep ocean creatures cannot perceive red light. Red wavelengths from the sun dissipate near the surface. Therefore, many deep-sea animals are colored red for camouflage. The dragonfish evolved a biological workaround to this rule. It produces its own specialized far-red bioluminescent light. A photophore beneath its eye acts as a searchlight. The fish uses a chlorophyll derivative to see this light. They obtain this vital chemical by consuming tiny copepods. The copepods originally ate phytoplankton near the ocean surface. This invisible red beam illuminates unsuspecting red-colored prey. The prey remains completely unaware of the approaching predator. This gives the dragonfish a massive tactical hunting advantage. Their jaws are massive relative to their body size. A flexible hinge connects the skull and the spine. This joint allows the head to tilt back dramatically. They can swallow victims almost as large as themselves. Sharp barbed teeth prevent any chance of escape. This adaptation showcases the brilliance of evolutionary biology. Fact number 67 details the remarkable scalefoot snail. Biologists found this gastropod in the Indian Ocean. The discovery occurred in 2001. It lives exclusively near extremely hot hydrothermal vents. The snail incorporates iron sulfide into its physical structure. It is the only known animal to use iron this way. A layer of iron pyrite covers its outer shell. Hundreds of iron-plated scales protect its fleshy foot. These metallic scales deflect attacks from predatory crabs. The iron compounds come directly from the vent fluids. The snail houses a large gland filled with bacteria. These endosymbionts produce all the necessary food for the snail. The snail's heart makes up 4% of its volume. This massive heart pumps oxygen efficiently to the bacteria. Mining operations currently threaten their highly restricted habitat. Only 3 vent fields host these unique metallic creatures. They were declared endangered in 2019. The declaration marked a milestone for deep-sea conservation. The deep ocean holds many more undiscovered biological marvels. Fact number 68 examines the prehistoric frilled shark. This ancient species retains many primitive anatomical features. Fossil records show little change over 80 million years. They possess 6 pairs of frilly gill slits. Their elongated bodies closely resemble slithering marine eels. The shark's jaw contains 300 trident-shaped teeth. These teeth arrange themselves in 25 distinct rows. The backward-facing hooks easily snag slippery soft-bodied cephalopods. They capture prey by lunging forward like a striking snake. Their reproductive gestation period is incredibly and uniquely long. Embryos develop inside eggs retained within the mother. This internal incubation lasts up to 42 months. This marks the longest known gestation of any vertebrate. The extreme cold of their habitat slows metabolic rates. This low temperature drastically extends the embryonic development time. Pups measure around 40 centimeters at the time of birth. They emerge fully capable of hunting in the deep ocean. The mother provides no further care after they are born. They usually swim near the ocean floor hunting for food. Fact number 69 describes the bizarre pelican eel. This strange fish lives deep within the bathypelagic zone. Depths range from 500 to 3,000 meters. Its most notable feature is a massive unhinging jaw. The mouth is disproportionately larger than its entire body. A pouch-like lower jaw resembles a pelican's beak. This structure allows it to engulf immense volumes of water. The stomach stretches to accommodate surprisingly large prey. Despite the huge mouth, the teeth are quite small. They primarily consume small crustaceans and soft squids. The eel uses a whip-like tail for aquatic locomotion. A complex luminous organ sits at the tail's very tip. This pink glowing node flashes to attract curious victims. The lateral line system detects faint water vibrations. This sensory network replaces the need for keen eyesight. Their tiny eyes remain mostly vestigial in the darkness. The skull bones are highly reduced to save weight. Muscle mass is minimal to conserve scarce metabolic energy. They rarely encounter humans due to their extreme depth preference. Fact number 70 highlights the fascinating deep-sea holothurians. Scientists commonly call these small creatures sea pigs. They are actually a specialized type of sea cucumber. They walk across the abyssal plains on tubular legs. Internal water pressure inflates these hydraulic walking appendages. They consume organic detritus resting on the soft mud. A ring of feeding tentacles surrounds their downward-facing mouth. Fact number 71. The deep-sea lizardfish is a fierce apex predator. It lives at depths of 4,000 meters. Its scientific name is known as Bathysaurus ferox. This creature possesses a mouthful of sharp teeth. Even its tongue is covered in backward-facing fangs. These teeth ensure captured prey cannot ever escape. The lizardfish waits patiently on the ocean floor. It buries itself partially in the soft marine sediment. Only its upward-looking eyes remain visible above the mud. When an unwary fish passes by, it strikes rapidly. Scientists first described this species in 1878. It grows to about 70 centimeters in length. The lizardfish operates as a true simultaneous hermaphrodite. It possesses both male and female reproductive organs. This trait maximizes reproductive success in sparse environments. Finding a mate in the deep ocean is difficult. Any two adult lizardfish can successfully reproduce together. This trait ensures the survival of their isolated species. Fact number 72. The Yeti crab was discovered in 2005. Researchers first found it near the Pacific Antarctic ridge. It lives around hydrothermal vents at extreme depths. These vents sit 2,200 meters down. The crab measures about 15 centimeters in length. The scientific community named this species Kiwa hirsuta. This unique deep-sea crustacean lacks functional eyes entirely. Its most striking feature is its hairy white arms. These dense white bristles are scientifically called setae. The setae harbor large colonies of filamentous bacteria. The crab farms these bacteria for its own food. It waves its arms in the nutrient-rich vent fluids. This waving motion helps the bacteria grow much faster. The crab then uses special mouthparts to harvest them. This unique process is known as episymbiotic farming. The Yeti crab relies entirely on chemosynthetic energy. It never depends on sunlight for its nutritional needs. Scientists believe the hairs also detoxify poisonous minerals. These bacteria neutralize deadly toxic sulfides from the vents. Fact number 73. The deep-sea barrel-eye fish has a transparent head. Marine biologists officially call this fish Macropinna microstoma. This fish lives in the ocean twilight zone. It inhabits depths of 600 to 800 meters. Biologists first described the species in 1939. Early specimens were damaged during the netting process. Their fragile transparent domes were destroyed by pressure changes. In 2004, researchers filmed a live specimen. The video footage revealed the intact, fluid-filled shield. Inside this dome sit two large, glowing green eyes. These tubular eyes can rotate within the transparent shield. They point upward to spot silhouettes of prey above. The green eye pigment filters out ambient surface sunlight. This filtering helps the fish spot bioluminescent prey easily. When a target is spotted, the eyes rotate forward. The fish then swims upward to capture its meal. The dark spots above its mouth are olfactory organs. They function similarly to human nostrils for detecting chemicals. Its specialized vision makes it a highly efficient hunter. Fact number 74. The Mariana snailfish is the deepest known living fish. Scientists formally designated this species as Pseudoliparis swirae. It thrives at depths exceeding 8,000 meters. The pressure here is 800 times surface levels. Researchers discovered this species in 2014. It lacks scales and has translucent, pinkish skin. The fish measures about 20 centimeters in length. Its internal organs are visible through its thin skin. Most deep-sea fish have heavy, calcified bone structures. The Mariana snailfish has a flexible, cartilaginous skeleton. This adaptation prevents its bones from crushing under pressure. Its skull has gaps to allow for pressure equalization. The fish produces a special chemical called TMAO. This molecule stabilizes its proteins against extreme compression. Without TMAO, its cellular structures would instantly collapse. The snailfish is an apex predator in the trench. It feeds primarily on tiny crustaceans called amphipods. It consumes dozens of these creatures every day. Their stomachs are often found completely full of prey. Fact number 75. The vampire squid is a unique deep-sea cephalopod. Its scientific name means vampire squid from hell. It lives in the oxygen minimum zone of the ocean. This zone sits roughly 900 meters below sea level. Oxygen saturation here drops well below 3%. Most marine animals would quickly suffocate in this water. The vampire squid has highly efficient hemocyanin in its blood. This specialized copper-based protein binds oxygen extremely well. The creature grows to about 30 centimeters long. Despite its name, it does not drink blood. It feeds entirely on marine snow and detritus. Marine snow consists of dead organic material falling downward. The squid extends two long, sticky filaments to catch food. These filaments can reach 8 times its body length. When threatened, it performs a unique defensive maneuver. It inverts its webbed arms over its entire body. This exposes rows of fleshy, harmless spines called cirri. It also releases a cloud of glowing blue mucus. Fact number 76. Coral reefs also exist in the cold deep ocean. Lophelia pertusa is the most common deep-water coral species. These deep corals lack symbiotic algae called zooxanthellae. They do not require any sunlight to survive. Instead, they capture food particles passing in the currents. Deep-sea corals grow extremely slowly in cold water. They expand by only a few millimeters each year. Some of these deep-water coral reefs are remarkably ancient. Scientists have dated individual reefs to be 8,000 years old. They build massive structures on the dark ocean floor. The Rost Reef in Norway is the largest known example. It spans 40 kilometers in length and 3 kilometers wide. This reef sits at a depth of 400 meters. These reefs provide crucial habitats for deep-sea life. Over 1,000 species live among the coral branches. Deep-water trawling poses a severe threat to these ecosystems. Heavy nets can destroy thousands of years of growth instantly. Conservation efforts now protect several major deep-sea reef areas. Fact number 77. The sea pig is a type of deep-sea cucumber. It belongs to the genus known as scotoplanes. These creatures inhabit the abyssal plains of all oceans. They typically live at depths exceeding 1,000 meters. Some are found as deep as 6,000 meters. A sea pig measures about 15 centimeters in length. Its body is pale, translucent, and filled with fluid. It has enlarged tube feet that resemble small legs. These legs allow it to walk across the soft mud. Sea pigs travel in large herds across the ocean floor. They face into the prevailing bottom currents while feeding. This orientation helps them detect decaying organic matter. They act as the vacuum cleaners of the deep sea. They consume nutrient-rich sediment using specialized mouth tentacles. Whale falls attract massive numbers of these scavenging creatures. Sea pigs are frequently parasitized by small marine snails. These snails bore into their bodies to steal nutrients. They represent a huge portion of deep-sea benthic biomass. Fact number 78. The gulper eel is a bizarre deep-sea fish. Marine biologists formally classify it as Europharynx pelicanoides. It lives at depths of up to 3,000 meters. Its most notable feature is its massive, pelican-like mouth. The mouth is much larger than its entire body. The lower jaw is loosely hinged and highly flexible. This allows the eel to swallow prey larger than itself. Its stomach can stretch enormously to accommodate massive meals. Food is scarce in the deep ocean environment. The ability to eat huge meals is a survival advantage. The gulper eel grows to about 1 meter long. Most of this length consists of a thin, whip-like tail. The tip of its tail features a glowing photophore. This bioluminescent organ flashes pink and red in the dark. Scientists believe the flashing light attracts curious prey. It relies heavily on its lateral line system. This system detects minute water vibrations from nearby animals. The eel lacks pelvic fins, scales, and a swim bladder. Fact number 79. The immortal jellyfish can theoretically live forever in the ocean. Scientists formally refer to it as Turritopsis dohrnii. This tiny creature measures only 4.5 millimeters. It was discovered in the Mediterranean Sea in 1883. Its unique life cycle was not understood until the 1990s. Most jellyfish die after reaching adulthood and reproducing. The immortal jellyfish can reverse its aging process entirely. When injured or starving, it transforms its adult cells. Marine biologists call this unique process cellular transdifferentiation. The adult medusa reverts into a juvenile polyp stage. It essentially turns back into a baby jellyfish. The polyp then forms a new colony on the seafloor. This new colony eventually releases identical adult medusae. This cycle can repeat indefinitely under the right conditions. The jellyfish bypasses natural death through this biological reset. However, it is not immune to predators or fatal diseases. Scientists study this species to understand cellular aging. Its genetics might hold clues to human regenerative medicine. It spreads globally through cargo ship ballast water. Fact number 80. The giant isopod is a massive deep-sea crustacean. It is closely related to common terrestrial pillbugs. The species Bathynomus giganteus is the largest of them all. They can grow up to 50 centimeters in length. This enormous size is a result of deep-sea gigantism. Cold temperatures and high pressure cause this biological phenomenon. Giant isopods live at depths of over 2,000 meters. They are benthic scavengers patrolling the dark ocean floor. They feed on dead whales, fish, and squid carcasses. Their metabolism is incredibly slow due to the cold environment. A captive giant isopod once survived 5 years without food. They possess very large, highly reflective compound eyes. Each eye contains thousands of individual facets for gathering light. When threatened, they can roll into a tight protective ball. Their overlapping calcareous plates act as heavy biological armor. Females carry their eggs in a specialized brood pouch. The young emerge as miniature adults, bypassing a larval stage. They have remained virtually unchanged for 160 million years. Fact number 81. The immortal jellyfish can reverse its aging process. Its scientific name is Turritopsis dawni. This tiny creature measures only 4 mm across. When facing starvation or physical damage, it transforms. The adult medusa reverts into a juvenile polyp stage. This process is called cellular transdifferentiation. Specialized cells change completely into different types of cells. The polyp then clones itself to form new jellyfish. Scientists first documented this remarkable ability in 1988. Theoretically, this biological cycle can repeat indefinitely. The creature effectively bypasses natural death by aging. Researchers study this species to understand cellular regeneration. They hope to unlock secrets of human cellular aging. The jellyfish originates from the Mediterranean Sea. Human shipping activities have now spread it worldwide. It rides in the ballast water of cargo ships. Despite its immortality, predators still consume this tiny creature. Fish and sea turtles regularly eat these small jellyfish. The ocean maintains its delicate biological balance. Fact number 82. Deep-sea gigantism affects many bottom-dwelling crustaceans. The giant isopod is a prime example of this. Its scientific name is Bathynomus giganteus. It resembles a common woodlouse but grows much larger. Adults can reach lengths of 50 centimeters. They can weigh up to 1.7 kilograms. Scientists attribute this size to cold temperatures. The frigid water slows their cellular metabolic rates. Lower metabolisms increase their overall lifespan. This extended lifespan allows for continuous physical growth. Giant isopods inhabit depths up to 2,000 meters. They scavenge the ocean floor for fallen organic matter. Their compound eyes contain over 4,000 individual facets. This provides excellent vision in low light conditions. They can survive for years without eating any food. One captive specimen in Japan fasted for 5 years. Their tough exoskeletons protect them from high pressure. They curl into tight balls when threatened by predators. French zoologist Alphonse Milne-Edwards first described them in 1879. Fact number 83. The Yeti crab farms its own food source. Scientists discovered this unusual crustacean in 2005. They found it near the Pacific Antarctic ridge. It lives at depths of 2,200 meters. The crab lacks functional eyes completely. Dense, pale setae cover its long pincers and arms. These hair-like structures resemble the mythical Yeti. The crab waves its hairy arms over hydrothermal vents. This movement sweeps chemical nutrients over its arms. Specialized bacteria grow within these dense arm hairs. The bacteria convert toxic minerals into organic energy. The crab then harvests and eats these bacterial colonies. This process is known as chemosynthetic agriculture. The crab measures about 15 centimeters in length. Its scientific name is Kiwa hirsuta. The discovery required creating an entirely new taxonomic family. Researchers named this new family Kiwaidae. The crab thrives in toxic, mineral-rich water. It stays close to the boiling hydrothermal vent water. Fact number 84. The Mariana snailfish holds the depth record for fish. Researchers discovered it in 2014. It lives 8,000 meters below the ocean surface. The water pressure here equals 800 atmospheres. This pressure would crush most hollow structures instantly. The snailfish survives through unique biological adaptations. It lacks a swim bladder entirely. A swim bladder would collapse under such extreme pressure. Its skeleton consists mostly of flexible cartilage. This cartilaginous structure prevents pressure-induced bone fractures. The fish measures roughly 26 centimeters long. It has translucent skin and no scales. Special proteins stabilize its cellular structures against pressure. These proteins prevent cellular membranes from becoming rigid. The snailfish acts as an apex predator here. It feeds primarily on small deep-sea crustaceans. Scientists baited traps with mackerel to film them. They observed groups of snailfish feeding actively. This species dominates the deepest parts of the trench. Fact number 85. The Greenland shark possesses an extraordinary lifespan. It is the longest living vertebrate known to science. Researchers determined their ages using radiocarbon dating. They analyzed proteins within the shark's eye lenses. One female specimen was estimated to be 400 years old. She may have been born in the 1600s. These sharks grow only 1 centimeter per year. They reach sexual maturity at 150 years. Their slow metabolism contributes to this extreme longevity. They swim in frigid Arctic and North Atlantic waters. Water temperatures range from -1 to 10 degrees Celsius. The cold environment drastically reduces their energy requirements. Their top swimming speed is under 3 kilometers per hour. They primarily scavenge carcasses from the ocean floor. Their flesh contains high levels of trimethylamine oxide. This chemical acts as a natural antifreeze. It prevents ice crystals from forming in their tissues. The chemical also makes their raw meat highly toxic. Fact number 86. The vampire squid does not consume any blood. Its scientific name translates to vampire squid from hell. William Beebe first described it in 1903. It lives in the oxygen minimum zone. Depths range from 600 to 900 meters. Oxygen saturation here drops below 3%. The squid has special hemocyanin in its blue blood. This protein binds oxygen with incredible efficiency. Unlike other squids, it does not hunt live prey. It feeds entirely on falling marine snow. Marine snow consists of dead plankton and fecal matter. The squid deploys 2 long, sticky feeding filaments. These filaments gather the organic debris from the water. It then wipes the collected food into its mouth. The creature measures about 30 centimeters in length. It possesses the largest eyes relative to body size. Its dark red color acts as camouflage here. Red light cannot penetrate to these ocean depths. Fact number 87. The barrel-eye fish features a completely transparent head. Its scientific name is Macropinna microstoma. Researchers first described this species in 1939. Early specimens were damaged in fishing nets. The fragile transparent shield always ruptured during capture. Scientists finally filmed a live specimen in 2004. The fish lives at depths of 600 meters. The transparent dome protects its highly sensitive eyes. The fluid-filled shield surrounds 2 tubular green eyes. These eyes can rotate freely within the transparent head. They typically point upward to spot silhouettes of prey. The green lenses filter out residual sunlight. This helps them detect the bioluminescence of their targets. The fish hovers motionless in the water column. It waits for small crustaceans to drift overhead. Two small indentations sit above its mouth. These are olfactory organs used for smelling. The transparent shield protects its eyes from stinging tentacles. Fact number 88. Deep-sea anglerfish utilize extreme reproductive strategies. Finding a mate in the vast ocean is difficult. The serratioid anglerfish evolved a unique biological solution. The males are tiny compared to the females. A male measures only a few millimeters in length. He possesses highly developed olfactory organs. He uses these to track female pheromones. Upon finding a female, he bites into her skin. He releases an enzyme that dissolves his mouth tissues. His circulatory system fuses completely with hers. The male becomes a permanent parasitic appendage. He loses his eyes, fins, and internal organs. He relies entirely on the female for nutrients. In return, he provides a constant supply of sperm. A single female can carry multiple fused males. Scientists recorded one female with 8 attached males. This ensures reproductive success in the sparsely populated depths. Researchers discovered this bizarre parasitism in 1922. It remains a fascinating example of evolutionary adaptation. Fact number 89. Osedax worms consume the skeletons of dead whales. Scientists call them zombie worms. Researchers discovered them in Monterey Bay in 2002. They live on whale falls at extreme depths. These worms lack a mouth and a stomach. They anchor themselves to bones using root-like structures. These fleshy roots secrete strong acidic compounds. The acid dissolves the dense whale bone matrix. The roots contain symbiotic bacteria. These bacteria digest the extracted bone lipids and proteins. The bacteria then provide nutrients directly to the worm. The visible part of the worm resembles a red feather. These red plumes extract oxygen from the surrounding water. Only female worms bore into the bones. The microscopic males live inside the female's body. A single female can house hundreds of dwarf males. This ensures immediate fertilization of her eggs. The eggs float away to find new whale carcasses. They play a crucial role in deep-sea nutrient cycling. Fact number 90. The Pompeii worm survives extreme temperature gradients. It lives exclusively on deep-sea hydrothermal vent chimneys. French researchers discovered it in 1980. The worm measures about 13 centimeters long. It builds a papery tube attached to the vent. The tail end rests inside the boiling vent water. Temperatures there reach up to 80 degrees Celsius. The head extends into the surrounding ocean water. This water maintains a temperature of 22 degrees Celsius. The worm experiences a 60-degree temperature gradient. This is the highest temperature tolerance of any complex animal. A layer of fleece-like bacteria covers the worm's back. The worm secretes special mucus to feed these bacteria. The bacteria provide insulation against the extreme heat. They also detoxify the heavy metals from the vent. The worm possesses bright red, gill-like tentacles. These structures absorb oxygen from the cooler water. Scientists study their enzymes for industrial high-temperature applications. Fact number 91. The scalefoot snail possesses a truly unique biological armor. Researchers discovered this unusual gastropod in 2001. It lives near hydrothermal vents in the Indian Ocean. The surrounding water reaches nearly 400 degrees Celsius. This snail incorporates iron sulfide into its outer shell. It is the only known animal to use iron this way. The metallic shell provides protection from extreme environmental pressures. Predatory crabs cannot easily crush this rigid iron defense. The snail also features metallic scales on its fleshy foot. The iron scales act as a secondary defensive layer. This creates a fully armored and impenetrable marine creature. Symbiotic bacteria live inside a specialized internal esophageal gland. These microbes produce all the necessary nutrients for survival. The host snail never actually needs to consume food. Scientists study this iron armor for potential military applications. The species currently faces severe threats from deep seabed mining. Conservationists added it to the endangered species list recently. Fact number 92. The barrel-eye fish features a completely transparent fluid-filled head. Biologists first described this peculiar species in 1939. Early specimens always arrived at the surface heavily damaged. Pressure changes routinely destroyed their fragile transparent cranial shields. Researchers finally filmed a living specimen in 2004. The footage revealed the true orientation of its tubular eyes. These emerald green lenses sit entirely inside the transparent skull. The eyes point directly upward to spot shadows of prey. A special pigment filters out ambient sunlight from above. This adaptation highlights the bioluminescent glow of small jellies. The fish remains perfectly motionless in the dark water column. Large flat fins provide exceptional stability against ocean currents. When prey appears, the eyes rotate forward within the head. The transparent shield protects the delicate eyes from nematocysts. This allows the fish to safely steal food from jellies. The fish then strikes with remarkable precision and sudden speed. Its digestive system easily processes the stinging tentacles of siphonophores. Fact number 93. Cold water corals build massive structural reefs in total darkness. Lophelia petusa is the most common deep water coral species. These organisms lack the photosynthetic algae found in shallow reefs. They rely entirely on capturing passing plankton with their tentacles. Deep water corals grow incredibly slowly at these frigid depths. Some branches expand only 1 mm per calendar year. Researchers carbon dated several living coral mounds off the Norwegian coast. The data showed continuous growth for over 8,000 years. The cold water holds more dissolved oxygen for the polyps. This oxygen supports their slow but continuous biological functions. These ancient structures provide crucial habitats for countless marine species. Sponges and brittle stars use the coral framework for shelter. Commercial bottom trawling unfortunately destroys many of these fragile ecosystems. Heavy fishing nets crush centuries of growth in mere seconds. Marine protected areas now shield some of these ancient reefs. Scientists map new coral mounds using advanced deep sonar technology. Each discovery reveals complex biological networks thriving in the cold. Fact number 94. The giant isopod exemplifies the phenomenon of deep-sea gigantism. French zoologist Alphonse Milne-Edwards discovered this crustacean in 1879. This remarkable finding stunned the 19th century scientific community. Most people believed the deep ocean was completely devoid of life. These marine scavengers can grow up to 50 centimeters long. They closely resemble common terrestrial pillbugs found in backyard gardens. The deep-sea gigantism phenomenon remains partially unexplained today. Colder temperatures might drive these increased cellular growth rates. Their massive size helps them survive extended periods of starvation. A giant isopod can live 5 years without eating anything. Their slow metabolism perfectly suits the scarce food environment. They primarily consume the falling carcasses of whales and fish. The sets of jaws efficiently tear through tough marine tissue. The compound eyes contain over 4,000 individual reflective facets. This visual system maximizes the capture of faint bioluminescent light. Their pale gray exoskeletons blend seamlessly with the muddy seafloor. They walk slowly across the bottom searching for organic falls. Fact number 95. The Yeti crab literally farms its own food on its claws. Marine biologists discovered this unusual crustacean in 2005. The expedition explored the Pacific Antarctic ridge at extreme depths. This blind crab measures about 15 centimeters in total length. Dense pale setae cover its elongated arms and walking legs. These hair-like structures appear remarkably similar to soft white fur. The crab lives near highly toxic hydrothermal vent fluid. The crabs gather in massive piles around the thermal vents. Sometimes thousands of individuals occupy a single square meter. Specialized filamentous bacteria grow abundantly on the hairy appendages. The crab continuously waves its arms over the chemical vents. This rhythmic motion provides the bacteria with essential inorganic compounds. The microbes convert toxic sulfides into useful organic energy. The crab then harvests and consumes these bacterial colonies. Comb-like mouthparts efficiently scrape the nutritious microbes from the hairs. This self-sustaining agricultural system allows survival in barren environments. Scientists named the genus Kiwa after the Polynesian goddess of shellfish. Fact number 96. A siphonophore off Western Australia holds the global length record. Scientists observed this massive specimen in early 2020. A remotely operated vehicle filmed the creature at intermediate depths. The animal measured approximately 47 meters in total length. This measurement makes it longer than a mature adult blue whale. A siphonophore is not a single independent biological organism. It is a complex floating colony of specialized individual zooids. Each tiny zooid performs a highly specific function for the colony. Some units handle propulsion through the dark pelagic water column. Other segments specialize entirely in digestion or sexual reproduction. The feeding zooids deploy a dense curtain of stinging tentacles. This invisible web captures small fish and passing pelagic crustaceans. The entire colony functions as one single predatory net. It sweeps through the water, capturing any small biological matter. The colony shares all extracted nutrients through a long central stem. The giant spiral formation drifted silently in the ocean currents. Its exact age remains a complete mystery to marine biologists. Fact number 97. The Dumbo octopus dwells deeper than any other known cephalopod. Researchers frequently observe them at depths exceeding 4,000 meters. One specimen was photographed at nearly 7,000 meters down. These octopuses lack the defensive ink sacs of shallow species. Ink provides no evolutionary advantage in the pitch-black abyssal zone. They possess two prominent ear-like fins above their lateral eyes. These muscular fins slowly flap to propel the animal upward. The fins move with a graceful and hypnotic rhythm. This silent movement helps avoid attracting larger deep-sea predators. Webbed skin connects all 8 tentacles together like an open umbrella. They hover gently just above the soft sedimentary ocean floor. Their diet consists mainly of pelagic worms and small crustaceans. Unlike other octopuses, they swallow their tiny prey completely whole. They do not possess a sharp vela to tear food apart. Females carry eggs in various stages of continuous internal development. They attach individual mature eggs to rocks or deep-sea corals. The newly hatched young are immediately capable of independent survival. Fact number 98. Deep-sea brine pools are fascinating underwater lakes on the ocean floor. These isolated depressions contain water up to 5 times saltier. The extreme salinity makes the fluid incredibly dense and heavy. This dense liquid settles into craters and forms distinct shorelines. A clear boundary separates the brine from standard ocean water. The pools often look like perfectly calm underwater puddles. Ripples only form when a submersible disturbs the heavy fluid. Submersibles can actually float on the surface of these pools. The brine contains high concentrations of toxic methane and hydrogen sulfide. Most standard marine organisms die instantly upon entering the fluid. Yet a specialized ecosystem thrives along the outer chemical shores. Dense beds of extremophile mussels ring the perimeter of the lake. These bivalves harbor symbiotic bacteria in their large specialized gills. The bacteria consume the toxic methane seeping from the pool. They produce organic carbon to feed their stationary mussel hosts. Eel-like fish occasionally venture near the edge to hunt crustaceans. These toxic lakes represent some of Earth's most extreme marine habitats. Fact number 99. The Mariana snailfish holds the record for deepest living fish. Scientists discovered this pale creature in 2014. It thrives at depths around 8,000 meters below sea level. The water pressure here equals 1,600 elephants standing on a car. Most fish lack the cellular structures to survive this crushing force. High pressure normally forces essential proteins to lose their shape. The snailfish produces high levels of a chemical called TMAO. This specialized molecule stabilizes proteins against the immense hydrostatic weight. The fish lacks scales and possesses highly translucent pink skin. Its skeleton consists largely of flexible cartilage rather than rigid bone. Small gaps in the skull allow equalized internal fluid pressure. The extreme depth offers complete protection from surface predators. No other fish can survive the journey down to them. The species acts as the absolute apex predator of the deep trench. It feeds constantly on the abundant swarms of tiny amphipods. Researchers baited traps and captured video of them feeding actively. They swim with a surprisingly graceful and continuous undulating motion. Fact number 100. The immortal jellyfish can theoretically bypass biological death entirely. Scientists first documented this tiny hydrozoan in 1883. Its unique life cycle was not understood until the 1990s. Most jellyfish species die immediately after reaching sexual maturity. This specific species possesses a remarkable cellular reversal mechanism. Environmental stress or physical injury triggers a dramatic biological transformation.